Moi kaikki! Today I will be doing a lesson on a very requested topic, particularly in the past few weeks. I've gotten multiple requests for this, so I'm basically going to try and show you guys the difference between the letter A and the letter A in Finnish, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to kind of hear the difference between the two. So Finland has two letters that sometimes can be a little bit confusing if you're not used to these letters in your own language. So we have the letter A, which in Finnish is pronounced A, A. We also have the letter A, which is the letter A with two dots on top, and that letter is pronounced like A, A. So we have A and A. And these are always pronounced the same no matter what, because in Finland you read words how they're spelt and there's no deviation from that. So every time you see the letter A, you pronounce it A. And every time you see the letter A, you will pronounce it A. A, 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 A. A, 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 A. Okay? So there is a difference, and if you feel comfortable with the English language, you'll notice that actually English has this as well. So in English we have long and short vowels, and if you're familiar with that concept, the short vowel for the letter A, so like a short A sound, is exactly the same sound as the letter A. So for example, in the words hat, cat, rat, sat, the way you're pronouncing A in those words is exactly the same as how you would pronounce A. So you can pretend that they're just written with an A. Hat, cat, rat, sat, those all sound like A. A, 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 A. Okay, so the short A vowel sound is how you would pronounce A. So you do have this in English, so it's not, a completely mind-blowing concept. Similarly, English does also use the A sound, for example, in words like mall, fall, tall, ball. You're going to hear the A, which sounds quite identical to the A in Finnish. So if you're wanting to practice, you can say mall, hat, A, A. And that is the difference between A and A. You can also practice using some Finnish words which are yhdyssana, so compound words, which include both the A and the A in the same word. Now, on principle, Finnish doesn't combine these two because of vowel harmony. It's difficult to pronounce them close together, but if they're compound words, meaning they're two separate words put together, this A and A can be found in the same word. So some of these words we can practice with. For example, pääasia, which means kind of main point, main issue, main topic. Pääasia, pääasia, a. Now again, there's a bit of a pause between the A and the A because pää means head or main, and asia means thing. So they're the two words put together, so there's a little bit of a pause in between the two words, but it's a good word to practice with. Pääasia. Another word you can practice with is säätila. Again, sää is weather, tila is like a space, condition, meaning together it means weather condition. Säätila. 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 And finally, one other word you can practice with is epäaito. Epä meaning kind of un, aito is genuine, so ungenuine, literally translated. So yeah, it can mean inauthentic, not real, ungenuine. Epäaito. Epäaito together. Epäaito. Epä, epäaito. Aito. Epäaito. 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 So just as a final point, I do want to point out Finns can be a little bit lazy when speaking sometimes. Sometimes we speak a bit fast, or we mumble a bit, or we slur our words, or we're just plain lazy when pronouncing, myself included. So if you're watching TV shows or you're listening to Everyday Finnish, the as might not sound as sharp or as clear as how I've been pronouncing in this video. But for practice sake, I suggest trying to practice this properly as we have done in this video. And most people do speak quite clearly, so I don't think in general you will have a problem, but I know if some people are really trying to listen and dissect everything, as language learners can do, like dissect everything in a lot of detail, you might be like, whoa, they're not pronouncing a as clearly and sharply as Kat is. But yeah, that's just being lazy, like being a lazy speaker. Sometimes, you know, I'm sure in English as well, you're not going to pronounce everything so clearly every time you're talking. So yeah, that's just a little warning from me. But in general, people do speak quite clearly, and I think once you get the hang of hearing the difference, you'll get more comfortable understanding the different words, you'll be able to differentiate between the two without much of a problem. So good luck, onnea, and I guess that just about concludes this video. Eli moikka!